everyone, welcome back to First Step Fitness. If you are watching this video, then hopefully you completed the entire Step 1 series, which was all seated, and you have officially made it to the first video of the Step 2 series. So that will include some seated and some standing work exercises, split about 50-50, so we'll alternate between sitting and standing. And then once we get to Step 3, we'll be moving up probably into mostly or all standing. So just like the way we started out the Step 1 series, we're going to start out the Step 2 series with a full body workout. So that's what we're doing today. And we're going to do top down again, so we'll do upper body, move to the core, and then we'll end with lower body exercises. So for this video, you will need a chair, preferably this time a chair that you can move around when you stand up, so a kitchen chair or something like that rather than a couch if that's manageable. And you will need 2 water bottles or canned goods, something like that, that is a couple pounds each. So you don't need hand weights, you can use those if you have them, but something like a water bottle will work too. So 2 of those. And if you could have a wall accessible to you, if you have just a free area of wall, that would be helpful as well. Or a door, that works too. Okay, so we're gonna do our first exercise seated, and this is one you've seen before. We're gonna do big arm circles. So this is to just get your shoulders and upper body ready for the challenges ahead. Because this will probably be a pretty big step up from all seated today, even though we're alternating. It's still gonna be significantly more challenging having to get up and down over and over. So getting up and down is part of the workout within itself. Okay, go ahead and rest for a second. Shake it out and backwards. So before you stand up, we're actually going to talk about how to stand up. There's an exercise literally called sit to stands, because just getting up from a seat can be challenging for some people, and it's easy to kind of contort your body into a way that's really not efficient. Okay, one more. And it's not good for your joints. So I'm going to talk about how I would like you to practice getting up from your seated position. So first I'm going to demonstrate what I've seen a lot of, which I don't want you to do, and you might already do this. A lot of people do it. You get weak out on their hips and they can't keep a wide stance anymore. So this is what I do not want you to do. Please do not stand up like this, where you're contorting, where your knees are coming together. Please don't do this, or any of the knees coming together. And it will be hard, because I bet some of you have been doing it and you didn't realize you were doing it. So please try to have a strong stance. So shoulder width apart, and then keeping the knees separate the whole time when you stand. So and that might not be super easy to accomplish, especially if you're out of practice and you've been putting your knees together without realizing it. So if you have something you can use to help you, like a cane or an umbrella, or just something that you could plant in the middle to help you, you can do that too. So that's a progression that can help you learn to have a strong stance when you stand up, if you've kind of lost that over the years. Okay, so our first standing exercise, standing up the right way. I'm gonna have you go over to your wall or door, and we're gonna do a wall push-up. So you can vary this depending on how challenging you want it to be. So basically, the closer you stand to the door, the easier it will be. So this is significantly easier than this. So you can just test it out and see how far away you can move your feet, and then still be able to do it. So you want to keep your back flat, and then just come and basically almost touch your forehead to the door and push back. So this is the second progression towards a push-up. The first one was pushing up just from a seated position when you're pushing off of your knees, and this is the next step up towards an all the way push-up on the ground, which is still a long way off. And if as you go you feel it's getting harder, you can move your feet in so that you're able to do some more. Or you can move your feet back if you feel like, hey, I'm not getting tired and I've been doing this for like 10 reps. Let's do 2 more. Good. Okay. Back to the chair. Like promised, we'll do seated between every standing one so that you get a little break if doing the standing workouts is going to be a challenge for you. So now I'm going to have you get your water bottles or canned goods or hand weights, whatever you want. And we're going to do a little bit of a progression from when we did bicep curls before, where we just did this and squeezed at the top. This time we're going to add a little bit of weight with water bottles or whatever you have. So just curling to the shoulders and then coming about to there on the way down. And still squeeze your muscles at the top. Make sure that your muscles are engaged and not being lazy. If you want to be extremely hardcore, you could use gallons of milk to do this. I don't think I could curl that, but all I hear is just this water sloshing around in there. This is our last upper body workout, and then we'll move on to core. Let's do 3 more. Good. And that's all we're using the water bottles for today. We won't need them again. Okay, so it is time to stand once again. So go ahead and stand up, strong stance. I'm gonna move this. And this is a core exercise that we did sitting down. So we're just gonna do it standing now to up the challenge a little bit. So these were the diagonals where you pointed down and then up and across. So we're just gonna do that. I actually really liked this exercise. I had never tried it myself before the video where I showed you guys this originally, but I actually was a little sore the next day from it because I'd never tried it before, so my body was surprised. Okay, switch sides. And your back might pop and all that during this, since you're getting a little stretch in there too. Great, let's do 2 more. Okay, back to seated. Okay, so we're going to do another core exercise that you have seen before called lean backs, and this will be our last core exercise for the full body workout. And I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see it better, what I'm doing. So you're gonna go out onto the edge of your seat if you have something with a back on it, and then you can either do hips or behind the head for more of a challenge, and you're just going to lean back and forward. Now, having the back on the chair kind of helps because it prevents you from going so far back that you're tempted to arch your back. But let's say you did not have something back there. You only want to go as far back as that you can keep your chest forward and your back pretty flat. You don't want to do this. Please don't throw your chest back like that, because that's just putting extra strain on your lower back that is not necessary, and it doesn't add anything to the core workout. So just keep everything kind of spooned in like this. And no cheating and resting your back on the back of the chair when you're in the down position. You can just lightly tap it, but don't rest. 2 more. Good. Right. So we are on to lower body exercises. So we're gonna start with marches, but we're gonna be standing this time. So that'll be something sort of new, but also familiar. So go ahead and stand up. And then you can choose whether or not you want to use your chair for support. If you feel like you don't have the best balance, then you can hold on to the back lightly to help you, or on the side, because all we're going to be doing is just marching in place. And remember, this is at the pace that you can do. If you need a lot more time between each step, that's fine. If you're only getting your knees just a little bit up, feet just floating off the floor, that's okay. But the higher you can get your knees, the better. So your goal should be to try to get your knee at parallel with your hips. If it ever gets warm, I might be able to film some of these outside, but seems like we're just gonna stay in winter forever, even though it's May. Not too happy about it. Ooh, almost fell over. Alright, 3 more. And rest. Alright, that was the most advanced exercise so far, probably. Okay, so the heads are back down. We're gonna do another exercise that you are familiar with. These are your kickouts. So just basically straightening out your leg, alternating, squeezing your quad muscles. And remember to keep your chest up, don't slouch like this. Keep a straight back. Been doing stretch videos every day. The one I did today was very long and very intense, and I was having so much hip pain after it that I was like a little nervous I wasn't gonna be able to do this video because I thought I was gonna be limping. But then I just sat down for a little bit and it resolved. I'm not flexible. I am not flexible at all. 2 more. Good. Take a second. Give your quads a quick massage. We're gonna do another standing workout, and this time I would recommend that you probably have something to help you balance. I think it'll just be a little more important for the next one. So I'm going to turn this to the side. And basically, this is kind of you can do it in two different ways. So these are step outs. So the more advanced way would be to bend your knees a little bit and then step one foot out and then back in and stay low the whole time. And you'll feel the burn really fast in your leg that's stabilizing you. So if that is too difficult and it's too much on the leg that's holding you up, I'll just have you do little squat, step out, step in, stand up, and then again, so that your leg gets the rest of having the other leg help you. So you can feel that out and see which one you think you're gonna be able to do. So go ahead and pick whatever you want. We'll do some of those. I think I'll do the beginner version just because it takes longer to do the reps, and then people doing the more advanced version, you just get to do more of them. Lucky you. This will help you build up some strength for getting up and down from your chair the more efficient way. If you're a little weak, you definitely will work the outer hip muscle doing this to build up to that. One more. Good. Go ahead and switch your chair to the other side. We'll do the other side. So also what you can do if you don't have a cane or something stable enough to help you get from sitting to standing, if you want to just practice it in general, just doing sit to stands. I knew a lady that would have her husband stand in front of her with his hands, and she would just use his hands for stability to help stand up and practice doing sit to stands the right way. So you can always do that too. Just try not to pull the person who's helping you down with you. So this is definitely advanced from the step 1 series. This got a little balance component in, which is something we didn't see a lot of when we were doing all seated. Last one. And now you deserve to sit. So that was a hard one. Right? So take a second, shake out. The hardest part is over. We just have one more exercise, and it's one you've done before. And we're just gonna end with seated marches. So this, now when you do this, it's like, wow, this is easy. Because now I've seen the hard stuff. Hopefully you're feeling a little buzz in your muscles, telling you that you worked them today. You might be feeling it tomorrow. You'll definitely be feeling it once we do individual videos, so all upper body, all lower body, with the standing implemented. Definitely be feeling it then. And I guess I'll try to do a stretch video as well that is kind of combination sitting and standing. It might be kind of interesting. I think I have some ideas though. Okay, 2 more. And rest. Alright, very nice, you did it. Hopefully you're not too mad at me for making you get up and down so much. I know that that can just be a challenge within itself, but it's part of the workout. You're getting stronger at getting up and down, and you're gonna use that forever. Like, you're gonna be getting up and down from stuff for years to come, so it's good to establish a good habit and Stop letting your legs cave in like that. It's not good for your knees. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next week for upper body.